Joining us live from UNCG Baseball Stadium is Triad News 360er Ashley Brooke Daniels.
It's a chilly night for baseball, but UNCG has had more to cheer about recently. What's been going on with the Spartans?
Thank you, Connor, Allie. Yes, it is pretty chilly outside. As you can see in my scarf and my gloves, I think it's in the 40s, but I'm standing out here at the UNCG Baseball Stadium. They're playing High Point tonight, and well, I'm just here also because last week Greensboro actually had the chance to go to a watch party because for the first time in history, UNCG was in the first round of the NCAA March Madness basketball game, which is pretty awesome. Triad News 360 reporter Angelo was there for the watch party.
Let's check back in with Ashley Brooke Daniels at the UNCG High Point University basketball game.
How are the Panthers doing, Ashley Brooke?
Thank you, Connor, Allie. After Greensboro lost 64-68 to Gonza in the NCAA first round tournament game in March Madness, their fans and their students are still super excited for their athletics. Today, I'm here at the baseball stadium, and there's a pretty good turnout for how cold it is since it is baseball season. They're playing High Point University, and it's pretty exciting because it's set to be a pretty good game. High Point this past weekend did pretty good in their series against Radford. They won the doubleheader on Friday, but came at a loss on Sunday. Today, we are here at the game, and we are currently in the bottom of the third. High Point is on the mound pitching, and Greensboro's up to bat. We'll see how the game goes. That's it for me. I'm HPU Triad News reporter Ashley Brooke Daniels. Back to you guys, Connor, Allie.
Thank you, Ashley Brooke.
Let's hope our Panthers end up getting the win.
Us now is Ashley Daniels with all the Panthers sports. Ashley?
Thank you, Jennifer. Sydney, the High Point University men's basketball team defeated Campbell University 67-56 with a big second half on Saturday. Jahad Proctor led the Panthers with 20 points, followed by Andre Fox, who recorded his first double-double of his career with 14 points and 10 rebounds. HPU's overall record is now 11-12 and 6-6 in the Big South Conference play. Up next, the Panthers travel to Radford Wednesday to take on the Highlanders at 7 p.m. The High Point University women's basketball team dropped its second in a row, losing to Campbell 51-44 Saturday in the Millis Center. The Panthers held the lead after 3 quarters, but Campbell outscored High Point by 10 points in the fourth quarter for the victory. Emma Bukarath led the Panthers with 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, playing all 40 minutes. The women's team is back in action at Longwood University tonight at 7 p.m. The High Point University men's lacrosse team kicks off their season Thursday night in Durham against the Duke Blue Devils at 7 p.m. Head coach John Tropey and the Panthers look to bounce back from a 4-10 season last season. The Blue Devils are ranked #1 in men's lacrosse by the NCAA. After the Blue Devils, the Panthers travel to Washington, D.C. to take on Georgetown next Tuesday before returning to Vert Stadium for the home opener against the defending national champions Maryland on Saturday, February 17th. The High Point University women's lacrosse team will start off the season this Saturday at Vert Stadium versus Furman. The Panthers finished last season with a 16-4 overall record, including a 7-0 in-conference record that led them to the Big South Championship. Looking ahead, the Panthers will play the third-ranked UNC Tar Heels the following Saturday at Vert Stadium.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight at Triad News 360. I'm Sydney Goldberg.
And I'm Jennifer Brammer. Have a good night, High Point.
360 sports reporter Ashley Brooke Daniels with all the Panthers scores. Ashley Brooke?
Thank you, Paris. Lexi. HPU men's lacrosse team was bolstered with confidence after a strong performance against defending national champions Maryland this past Saturday and hoped to keep the momentum going against #6 Virginia last night. High Point came out strong and was tied with UVA at the half, but in the second half, Virginia took the lead and never looked back in an 18-12 win. The Panthers are still searching for their first win of the season, and they travel to New York to take on St. John's this Saturday. The High Point women's lacrosse team fell 14-10 on Friday in a tough home battle against #7 ranked North Carolina, evening its record of 1-1 in the season. The Panthers keep it close with Darla Poland leading the way, scoring 5 goals. Next up, the Panthers host #6 ranked James Madison on Saturday. Coming up off of a tough tough loss to Presbyterian this past Saturday, the HPU women's basketball team bounces back last night at home, beating Charleston Southern in a nail-biter 52-49. Lindsay Edwards led the way as she recorded her first career double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds. This bumps High Point to a 10-5 conference play, 16-10 overall. And the Panthers hit the road on Saturday to take on Garner-Webb. Tip-off is scheduled for 2 p.m. and you can watch the game on ESPN3. The HPU men's basketball defeated Garner-Webb on Sunday 66-65. Senior Jordan Whitehead scored 12 points for a career high. The Panthers are now 8-8 in conference play and 13-14 overall. It's senior night tomorrow as High Point will host their final home game of the season against Longwood. HPU's baseball season got underway this past weekend at Willard Stadium against James Madison. The Dukes swept the 3-game series despite High Point's pitching staff allowing only 2 hits and 3-1 setback Friday. After the rainout Saturday, JMU took the doubleheader Sunday with scores of 5-1 and 4-3. The Panthers look to come back tonight at North Carolina A&T. The HPU track and field team wrapped up regular season action on Saturday at the UCS Invite in Winston-Salem. Caroline Bowanet set the personal best in the women's mile, and freshman Anthony Sasso placed 12th in the men's 800-meter. The Panthers will travel to Lynchburg, Virginia this weekend to compete in the Big South Indoor Championship. That is all for the Panthers updates. Lexi, Paris, back to you guys.
Thanks, Ashley Burke. That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you for joining us at Triad News 360. I'm Lexi Davis.
And I'm Paris Dunford. And from all of us here at Triad News 360, have a good night, High Point.